recap. Ronnie Raymond and Professor Martin Stein have been fused together through a bizarre nuclear explosion to form the hero known as Firestorm. Now they faced off against Multiplex and Killer Frost, and today they face probably the most lamest villain ever, the Hyena. Let's check it out in Firestorm number 4, When Laughs the Hyena. Welcome to Kevin's commentary on comics. So when last we saw our hero, Firestorm, he was in the Arctic Circle battling Killer Frost. He won that round, and now he's got to make his way back home. And of course, if you make your way back home and you're in the Arctic, you are naturally going to come across a bunch of seal clubbers, seal beaters, seal killers, seal terrorists. Now, I do like the dialogue on the splash page here. That's right, Pierre. Now, make note of that name, Pierre. Really whack 'em hard. We got us the makings of a good half-dozen sealskin coats out here tonight, and I ain't aiming to miss even one. Now, if they had replaced Pierre with Gus, that dialogue, or maybe Bubba, that dialogue would have made a lot more sense. Either way, Firestorm stops these guys from clubbing the seals by changing their guns and their clubs and bats or whatever into fish, which is interesting because these must be rubber fish, because I don't believe he can change inorganic matter into organic matter. We know what happens when he fires his bolts at organic matter. It causes this nuclear feedback or something. So I'm sure these aren't real fish, but they don't really state that. And I guess when you're drawing something, it's kind of hard to really tell. Are you making a real fish, or are you making a fake fish? Is it a blue fish? Is it a two fish? Or whatever that Dr. Seuss thing was. Meanwhile, we're being introduced to Mr. Shine. Spitshine, as he's known. Now, he's just a small-time gangster, mobster dude who likes to steal blank airline tickets just for the fun of it, to make a quick $5,000, I guess, is the plan here. He steals blank tickets, sells them to, I guess, some other party who transforms them into fake tickets, sells those to a tourist group. They all make a big bunch of money. I wonder if a scam like that would work today. I don't think so. This is a very definite 1978 pushpin here because of just blank tickets. Like the paper used to make airline tickets is obviously of some value, which is kind of odd. But hey, that's the way it goes. But they are stopped by the mysterious being known as Hyena. Is this a new superhero in town? Well, maybe, because he's stopping bad guys. However, he's pretty vicious about it because he slices his way through Shine's flunkies there. But then he does the same thing to the cops who show up. As a matter of fact, cops seem to make him a little bit mad. So maybe not so much hero. Firestorm, meanwhile, makes it back home at about 3:15 a.m. I don't know how long it took him to fly there. I don't know how fast Firestorm is. Obviously, he can fly. I think he'd be pretty wiped out. An Arctic Circle to New York trip, that's gotta be a long time. Once Firestorm lands, once again, we get to see Ronnie Raymond acting like a big old jerk. Now, if you remember, when Ronnie and Professor Stein split apart from being Firestorm, Stein has no memory of what happened while they were Firestorm. He actually thinks he keeps blacking out. So what does Ronnie do? Leaves him to go get a cab, find his way home, because dang it, Ronnie's going to land at his home and make Stein walk back in a complete and utter fog, thinking, hey, wait a second, I was just in the Arctic Circle. Now I'm in New York. What happened? Ronnie's just letting this guy go crazy with these blackouts and not explaining, hey, by the way, we fused together as Firestorm. I know you don't remember it, but that's what's happening. That's why you have these blackouts. Don't worry. We're a superhero. It's all good. Let's figure out, you're a professor. I'm a teenage jock. I think together, we put our heads together, we can figure out why you don't remember things. Yeah? Huh? He doesn't do any of that. He just decides to let poor Stein think he's crazy. But Ronnie does get a little bit of comeuppance because his dad is there in the living room waiting for Ronnie. By the way, he's fully dressed at 3:15 a.m. in the morning. You think he'd be wearing pajamas or something, but no, he's got the sweater vest going on, long sleeve shirt, looks like he's ready to go out and play some golf. And he wants to know why he ran off from his basketball game, which he did previous issue. And to pile on the troubles for poor Ronnie Raymond the next day at high school, Cliff Carmichael, the nerdy bully, starts laying to him as well about missing the basketball game. And everybody else in the school just kind of throws in on poor old Ronnie Raymond. But on even poorer old Professor Stein, he's meeting with a private investigator to have this guy follow Stein to find out what happens when he has these blackouts. Unfortunately, though, the private investigator, Liam McGarren, fails right off the bat because he tries to follow Stein from when he gets out of the elevator down from his office out in the lobby, but in between his office and the bottom floor, Ronnie Raymond called on Firestorm, fused the guys together. They went through a wall because they can change their atomic structure. And by the time that elevator got to the bottom, Stein's not there. Private investigator's going, "What the heck? What the heck happened?" But why did Ronnie initiate the Firestorm merge? Well, Shine and his boys are at it again in the middle of another heist, and Firestorm tries to round them up. And he does so by putting them in a giant pumpkin. Not really sure why that came up, but that's what it was. Now, again, let's go back to that organic, inorganic. We do actually find out that this is a plastic pumpkin, complete with a removable lid in which these guys just hop right out. He then changes it into a more suitable cage-like entrapment. But then all of a sudden, here comes the hyena attacking out of nowhere. Ooh, cliffhanger. So I'm Kevin. That was my commentary. What did you think of Hyena? Seriously, has to be the lamest villain around. I don't know what they were going for here. Is it a were? I think in the Fury of Firestorm, which is my first exposure to this character, he's kind of a were hyena, like a werewolf, but in hyena form. Here, it's not really clear if he's a monster or a guy in a costume or whatever. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and give you a spoiler alert. It's a costume, because we find that out next issue, that he's got vibro claws, and they talk about how light his padding is. What about the way Ronnie Raymond treats poor Professor Stein? Just letting him walk around thinking he's got blackouts? I didn't understand. I guess it adds to some sort of drama, but I kept going, God, you're such a jerk every time I read it. I don't know what the reaction was when this first came out. And again, I really need to find out, well, when did he switch? When did he go from realizing he's Firestorm, Professor Stein is Firestorm, after he demerges or defuses or whatever the correct term is? I don't know what that, when that happened in the comics. Maybe it happened before the Fury of Firestorm started, because I just do not remember this being an issue before. Maybe it always has been, and I just don't remember. It's a long time ago. Fury of Firestorm came out in '83, I think. If only Comixology would get the full run of the Fury of Firestorm, then all my answers would be handled. I guess, oh yeah, sure, I could go downstairs in my basement, pull out the actual comics and read those, but ain't gonna happen. Oh well. For right now, however, it would please me to no end if you went out, made it a great day, and we will see you later. Bye.